Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a black widow spider. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. To the left, draw a bigger circle as a guide for the back portion of the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. First make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Pay attention to how much bigger this circle is than the first circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. Connect the circles using 2 lines to finish the guide for the body. The bottom line should be longer and more curved. Starting on the middle section of the body, draw a long line for the first leg. Bend the line a couple of times to indicate the joints. Draw the line going up, then angle it to the right and then bend it back down. The top of this line should be higher than the body. Pay attention to how far to the right this line goes. The bottom tip of the line should be below the body. Starting in the middle, draw another angled line as a guide for another leg. Bend this line to the right too so that it's in front of the body. This leg is shorter than the first leg, so don't make this line too long. Bend the line a couple of times to indicate the joints. Starting in the middle of the body again, draw a line that angles to the left for another leg. Don't make this line too long. This line should be about as long as the second line. Draw the line going up and then bend it to the left and then back down. Make sure that the bottoms of the legs all roughly end at the same level. To the left, draw another long angled line as a guide for another leg. This line should be almost as long as the first line. Draw the line going up, then angle it to the left and then bend it back down. Pay attention to how far left this line is from the body. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, on the top right side, draw a tiny circle for the first eye. Pay attention to how small the circle is in relation to the head. To the right, draw another tiny circle for the other eye. To the left, add another tiny circle for another eye. Shade in the eyes. If you can, leave tiny sections blank inside the eyes for highlights. Above this set of eyes, draw 3 more dots for more eyes. 2 of the 8 eyes won't be visible from this angle. Make the eyes at the top smaller than the eyes at the bottom. Along the bottom, lightly sketch a small angled line for the appendage called the pedipalp. Bend the line a couple of times to indicate the joints. The bottom part of this line should be outside of the head. When you get the size and position of the shape right, darken the lines. The bottom tip of the shape should be pointy. Make the shape thicker by adding another angled line at the bottom. Draw shorter lines inside the shape to separate the segments. The overall shape should be thin. To the right, draw a similar shape for the other pedipalp. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Bend the shape a couple of times to indicate the joints. Below the eyes, draw a small curved shape for the mouth part called the chelicera. Don't overlap the pedipalps as you draw this shape. At the bottom, draw a small pointy shape for the fang. The fangs should be outside of the guides. To the right, draw another small curved shape for the other chelicera. At the bottom, draw another pointy shape for the other fang. Use the second angled line from the right as a guide to draw the leg. Follow the path of the guide as you draw the shape of the leg. Draw thin shapes along the guideline for the segments on the leg. Keep the segments of the leg thin. Don't overlap the head as you draw the leg. Make the shape of the leg thinner along the bottom. The tip of the leg should be thin and pointy. Use the line to the right as a guide to draw the other leg. Darken the guideline for the top edge of the leg. Don't overlap the previous leg as you draw this leg. Draw thin shapes along the path of the guide for the segments on the leg. Keep the shapes of the segments thin. Draw the leg thinner the farther down it goes. Make the bottom segment thin and pointy. Draw a few curved shapes at the bottom for the bases of the legs. Use the line on the left as a guide to draw the other middle leg the same way. Add a curved shape at the bottom for the base of the leg. All the legs should come from the middle section of the body and not the abdomen. Darken the guideline to create the top edge of the leg. Draw long thin shapes along the guideline to create the segments on the leg. Make the tip of the leg thin and pointy. Use the angled line on the left side as a guide to draw the other leg the same way. Draw a couple of curved shapes at the bottom for the base of the leg. Darken the guideline for the top edge of the leg. Add long thin segments to make the shape of the leg thicker. Gradually make the leg thinner the farther down it goes. The overall shape of the leg should be thin. Use the initial shapes and lines as guides to draw the front part of the body. Darken the outer edges of the guides to create the front part of the body. Draw a few curved lines at the bottom for the segments on the body. Don't overlap the legs as you draw the shapes. Use the big circle on the left as a guide to draw the back portion of the body. Darken the initial circle to create the shape of the body. Don't overlap the legs as you draw this shape. On the bottom left side, make the shape longer and pointier than the initial circle. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Don't draw the bottom of the body lower than the legs. Along the bottom part of the body, draw the distinctive hourglass shape. First, draw the top and bottom of the shape as two short lines. Add the middle part of the shape by drawing two longer angled lines. Part of the shape won't be visible from this angle. Make the shape thinner in the middle so that it's similar to a bow. On the right side, lightly sketch a long angled line for another leg. Bend the line a couple of times to indicate the joints. Extend the leg far to the right so that it's away from the body. When you get the shape right, darken the line. Just like before, draw thin shapes along the path of the line to create the segments on the leg. Don't overlap the previous legs as you draw this leg. Keep the shape of the leg thin. Make the bottom tip of the leg thin and pointy. Draw another leg between the first two legs the same way. Lightly sketch an angled line for the first part of the leg. When you get the shape of the leg right, darken the lines. Draw the segments of the leg along the path of the line using thin shapes. Don't overlap the other legs as you draw this leg. Make the bottom of the leg thin and pointy. Under the body, draw a couple of thin pointy shapes for the tips of the other legs. The tops of these legs will be hidden behind the body. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now color your drawing. Use red to color the hourglass shape. Use a darker shade of red along the bottom to create a shadow. Use black to color the rest of the body. As you color the legs, leave a few thin sections blank for highlights. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to a darker color. Color lightly along the top part of the abdomen to create a highlight. The highlight on the body should be circular. Color a few sections lighter on the head for highlights. Add a cast shadow at the bottom using gray and a bit of blue. Coloring can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the Black Widow. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.